If you don't have a ring, you're just going to use a ball. And the strap, we're going to have the strap close by, but you do not need it to start. So we're going to just start with some lunges. You're going to just hinge forward, stick your tailbone back. And you want to be putting the weight into the heels of the feet. The important thing here is if it starts to get into your knees, try hinging forward more and trying to load your hips. And then we're just going to stand forward and up. So they're just hinge squats. Load your hips by putting the pressure into the knees. Good. Hips go back, knees stay still. I like to think that I'm wearing concrete boots, and you just have to bend your knee around the boots. They can't go forward. For 4, good Lulu. 3, good Cam, good Kathy. 2, and on this one, you're gonna hold down. Now you're gonna shift all the weight into that left leg, and then you're gonna send the right leg back behind you. You tap the toe down, and you bring it forward. You send that right leg, all the weight is in the left heel. It's really in that heel. You could almost lift your toes off, but you don't want to because that would just overwork your shins. And that left knee is directly over the left ankle. We're going to do this for 3 more. 3, and try to keep your pelvis still for 2. Good, and on this one, keep that leg back behind you, and you're going to hold. Now, that right leg is straight back behind you. Try hinging forward a little bit more, and we're just going to lift and lower the back leg. Your right leg is your back leg. You lift it up, you lower it down. You lift it up, and it's not a high lift. And lower. Good. Lift, or it is for some of you if you have that mobility, but just keeping the heel, the pressure in the heel of that left foot for 3, for 2, for 1. Then you're going to stand up tall, place the feet down side by side. Now, if you want to place your hands up against a wall or on a chest or something for stability, please do. Go back, hinge forward, sit down into that squat, stick your tailbone back, and then we're going to send the left leg back and in, back and in. Trying to keep that pelvis still. If you want to really challenge yourself, you float the leg the whole time. And just maybe tap just the toes to work on that. Yes. For 5. Good. 4. Good. 3. Remember your concrete boots. And pause with that leg straight back behind you. Left leg is behind you. You're going to lift and lower that left leg. Lift it up, lower it down. Now, this lift is just the femur moving in the pelvis. Don't let the pelvis move at all. This shouldn't be in the back. For 5. For 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring the feet together. Stand up tall. Shake it all out. Nicely done, everybody. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to grab your strap. And we're going to be doing the similar position of what we just did, of a lunge. So we'll start with just the right foot in the strap. There is going to be some rotation of the torso here. So if it ever gets into your knees, you're going to come out of your 90-90 lunge and go in. So we're going to be going into a lunge like this where both knees are bent. If this is ever too much on the knees, you just straighten that back leg. That's all you need to do to switch this up. Okay, so hinge forward, squat down. Right knee, both knees are over the ankle. We're just going to take a small step back with that right foot and then come up. So you're in this, both knees are bent, you're in this 90-90 position. The strap is underneath the arch of the foot. Now the right hand is just going to punch across the body. The strap will hug the hip, and that is okay. You punch across. You punch across. Punch across. Good. So we're holding this lunge. Again, listen to your body. If you need to straighten that back leg, that's fine. Or you're in these two 90-degree angles for 5, 4, for 3, for 2. Last 1. Pause. Straighten the arms straight out in front of you. Both arms are straight out in front. Hold. Now hinge forward. And now straighten the back leg. So that back leg is straight, you're hinged forward. Float up. Your hands are reaching down towards the ground. You're just going to bend the knee in until the knees are side by side and kick it back. So again, we're floating, working on stability in the left hip and back, forward and back, forward and back. For 3, 2, come up to tabletop, bringing that leg to tabletop in front of you. Make sure the heel is underneath the ankle. Now, as you step down with that right foot, you're going to reach your arms towards the ceiling. And then raise the leg up as you lower the arms down. Reach the arms up as you lower the foot down. So you're stomping down and reaching up. Good. Bringing that leg to tabletop in front of you. Now you want to keep the heel underneath the knee, otherwise the strap will fall off. And go a little bit slower. This is not about quickness. The slower you go, the harder it is. Good, 2 more. 1, 2. Lower the arms down. You still have your right foot in the strap. Turn your palms to face the ceiling. If you need to work more in the arms, you're going to choke up, and we're going to bend and straighten the elbows. Bend and straighten. So just a bicep curl. Good. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. For 5, 4, 3, good, 2, and on this one, let's pause with the elbows bent. You're going to bring your left foot into the strap now. Both feet are in the straps. We're going to lower the arms down, straighten them towards the ground, hinge forward, squat down, stand up, bicep curl. So it's a squat with a bicep curl, wide squat. Really focusing on the sit bones going back. We're trying to load the hips. Yes, good, Cam. Try not hinging quite as far forward, Cam. Keeping that chest up, good. For 3. Good, Lulu. 2, 1. Pause with the elbows bent, standing up. Hold here. Now, we're going to just take the right foot out. Place it on the ground. Hinge forward, squat down. Now, it's the left foot. You're going to kick that left foot back and in. Back and in. Good. Back and in. Back and in. Back and in. For 3 more. 3, 2, and then you're going to kick that leg back, place the foot down if it was floating, and lower down into your 90-90 lunge. So if this 90-90 lunge is too much into the knees, remember you hinge forward and straighten that back leg. We're holding here, and now you're going to punch that left arm across the body. Left arm across. Left arm across. So we're getting rotation of the spine, shoulder stability work, and stability of the pelvis. So we're working all the systems of the body. For 3, for 2. Last 1. And hinge forward. Now you're going to bring that leg to tabletop in front of you. Left leg comes to tabletop in front of you. And then you're going to step down and reach the arms up. Lower the arms down as you bring the leg up. Good. So now it's this marching with an arm raise. Good. Up. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place both feet now in the strap. The arms are straight up towards the ceiling. Lower the arms out to the side to make a T. Let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms down to your side. Turn your palms to face your body. Hinge forward, stick your tailbone out, and pull the arms behind you. If you need to choke up to get more weight in the arms, you can. And now take a look down at your knees, everybody. Lulu, make sure you're not internally rotating. You want to open those knees out slightly. Yep, there you go. Getting those knees to track over the first 2 toes, well, the middle 2 toes. Goes your big toe, and then those 2 toes, you want your knee to be tracking towards that second toe. For 5, 4, good. Kathy, you're going to keep your arms straight. Don't bend the elbows. Yeah, 2, because now keep your arms behind you. They're straight. If you want more work in the straps, you just got to go closer to your feet. And now open and close the arms. Open and close. Good. Open and close. Slower. Open and close. Open, close. 5 more. 5. Good, Cam. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand up tall, lower the arms down, bring the feet together, let go of the strap. So now we're gonna grab the Pilates ring. If you do not have a ring, you're gonna just use a ball. So grab the ring or a ball. Good. You're just gonna place that in between your knees. Yeah, Lulu, because you have the ball, you're gonna place it higher up, getting more inner thigh work. It's gonna feel different. Okay, if you have the ring, you're placing that ring, and at any point you wanna switch to the ball, switch to the ball. And we're gonna just stand and you're gonna squeeze. And now the squeeze isn't rotate the knees in, it's draw the knees together. Draw the knees together. Draw the knees together. Good. Squeeze. Squeeze. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeezing and holding. So we're going to travel a little bit now. So you're squeezing that ring. You're going to look down the nose, round the spine forward, and then bend the knees slightly when you need to. So this is going to be, keep the inner thighs engaged as you walk your hands out to a plank. So this is how your plank should be. You should be feeling those inner thighs so that ball or ring shouldn't really move at all. You're holding this plank for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now pike your hips up. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And now before you come up from here, we're just going to bend the knees, drop your sit bones back, bring your chest up, and you're going to come into your squat here. So you're coming from your plank to a squat. Good, Lulu, just like that. See if you can get a little lower by pressing into your heels. Yes, and now from here, let's squeeze the ball or the ring, whatever you have, 10 times. 10. This is pelvic floor work right here. By holding this squat, imagine your sit bones drawing closer together and try to activate at your sit bones. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze and hold. Draw those sit bones towards each other. Straighten the legs as you hinge forward, coming towards the ground. Walk your hands back out to your plank. And we're holding here. Now this is going to be a different activation of your inner thighs. So in your plank, squeeze that ring 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now from here, you're just going to walk your feet wide so the ring drops. Your feet go wide. You're still in your plank though. Now from here, let's just do 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Place one knee down, then the other knee down. And now you're on the ground in an all fours position. You push back into a child's pose. So we're going to do a couple active recoveries. So it's going to be from this child's pose. If you want to be on your forearms for your plank, you'll go to your forearms. Otherwise, you come forward, hit your plank. Whichever version of your plank you want, either forearms, knees, or just on your feet and on your hands. And then you're going to inhale here, exhale, lower back into your child's pose. Active recovery here, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to come back up into your plank and bring your feet together. Feet are squeezing together. And now we're going to actively march by lifting from your thud. You lift. Now, if you're on your knees, you can also do this by just lifting your knees up and the feet go towards the ceiling. Same thing if you're on your forearms. We're lifting for 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Active recovery here. You lower your knees down. You push back into your child's pose for an inhale. Exhale, come forward and up, back into your plank. And this time, send your feet wide. If you are on your knees, you just send your knees wide. And you're holding. Now we're going to alternate reaching opposite shoulder. You touch your opposite shoulder with each hand. Right hand touches left shoulder. Left hand touches right shoulder. And you're trying to minimize the rotation of the torso. Again, you can do this on your knees for 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Lower your knees down. Now it's a true recovery. Push back into your child's pose and hold. And then you're going to build your spine up. You're going to lie down on your back. So you're lying down on your back. And you're going to grab your strap. You're going to place your right foot in the strap. Left foot stays out. And it's just going to stay on the ground. Right foot's in the strap. You're going to bend your elbows and place them on the ground. And we're just going to lower and lift the leg here. You lower the leg down. You lift it back up. You lower down. Lift up. Good. Lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2. So it's going to be a continuing of lifting and lower the leg, but now we're going to add the pelvis. As your leg goes up towards the ceiling, you lift your pelvis. As your leg lowers down, you lower your pelvis. Lift the pelvis, lift the leg. Lower the pelvis, lower the leg. Good. For 3. For 2. And on this one, continue to lift and lower the leg, but keep the pelvis lifted. Pelvis stays lifted. Leg continues to lift and lower. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause when the knees are side by side. Now open and close. Open and close. That leg that's in the strap is opening out to the side. Your hips are lifted. Try to not let your pelvis move at all. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and keep your right leg reaching out. Lower your pelvis down. That right leg is staying still. Hold here. Draw your shoulders down to away from your ears by pulling your scapula towards your sit bones. Flatten out your low back. Curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Now bring your left leg to tabletop. So you have your right leg straight out in front of you, your left leg to tabletop. Bring that right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Now your knees are going to come to be side by side. They're going to stay side by side. As you keep that right leg straight, you're going to lower it down, and then you straighten the left leg like you're doing in and out of tabletop. The knees stay side by side. So it's imagining you're holding a ball or a block. Good, Lulu. You straighten the legs together. The knees stay side by side. So however low you lower that right leg, the left leg's going to straighten out to that level as well. Good. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. And hold both legs as low as you can. Turn out. Curl up higher. And hold. Hold. Now we're going to open and close. Open and close. For 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring the legs together. Bend them into tabletop. Lower your head and shoulders. Bring your left foot into the strap. Right foot's going to come down onto the ground. Bring your elbows down to the mat. And let's just lower and lift the leg. If you need to just rest the hands for a second from holding that strap, do that by alternating what hand's holding, and we can continue to mobilize this left hip. Right hip is staying still and on the ground. And we just lower and lift. Lower and lift. Good. Last 2, and then we're going to add a hip lift, but we're going to reverse it. As the leg lowers down, you lift the hips up. And then as the leg lifts, you lower the hips down. So it's reversed from what we did on the other side. Hips lift up as the leg lowers. Hey, legs lower down. Good. For 5. Good, Lulu, just like that. 4. Good, Cam. Nice, Kathy. 3, but let your hips lift and lower. 2. And on this one, you're going to pause. Knees side by side, hips lifted up, pushing out. For 5, 4, 3, 2, Now we're going to lower and lift the hips. Lower and lift the leg, keeping the hips still in your bridge. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Last two. 1, 2. Keep the knees side by side. Lower your pelvis down. Bring your right leg to tabletop. Curl the head and shoulders up. Bring the left leg straight up towards the ceiling. The knees are side by side. Now, lowering that left leg, keeping it straight, you straighten the right leg out. You bring them back both to the starting position. Same thing we did on the other side, but now the left foot is strapped and staying straight. The right leg is bending in and out of tabletop. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're going to pause. Both legs are straight and as low and as comfortable as you can. Let's open and close. Open and close. Open and close. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs together. Bend them into tabletop. Lower everything down. You still have that left foot in the strap. Now you're going to turn and lie on your side so that your left side is towards the ceiling. Because it is strapped, you might just have to turn onto your side. And so that foot is strapped, and you're going to bring your bottom leg to tabletop in front of you. Now you're going to hold both ends of the strap with your top hand. Your bottom arm is just going to act as a pillow. So the top leg has a strap, bottom leg is in tabletop, and you're holding the strap with your top arm. There's a lot of instruction there. Okay, so now float that top leg up, and now you kick forward and back. You kick forward and back. Kick forward and back. Good. Forward and back. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick that leg in line with your body and hold. Now you're holding that strap with that top hand, and it should be bent. You're going to straighten the arm straight out in front of you. Bend it back in. Straighten the arm out in front of you. Now, if this is too heavy, what you do is you grab the bottom half of the strap with your bottom arm, and you just move the arm in and out with just one strap. That's only if it gets to be too heavy. Otherwise, just continue. 1, 2. And on this one, you're going to keep that arm straight out in front of you. That top leg is still floating. Let's paint 5 circles with the arm straight out in front of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that arm straight out. You're going to bend that top leg up into tabletop. And then you kick it back to the line of the body. Donkey kick. Now with the arm reaching up towards the ceiling, the strap is out of the way. You should have your strap with your knee. And you should be working that shoulder. As you kick down, don't let the arm move. So we're working a contraction in the shoulder, isometric, as we're mobilizing the pelvis. Last one, you're going to pause with that leg straight back in line with your body. Let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, with the leg. 4, 3, keep it straight. 2, 1, 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your arm down. Bend your leg and rest. Good. Shake it all out. And before we move to the other side, what we're going to do is you're going to bend your bottom leg and you're going to bring it back in line with your body. Your top leg is going to stay straight. You can take the strap off of it because we're just not using the strap. We're going to be doing a side plank, but we're going to be doing the hip lift to start. So you come up onto your elbow and you want to push into the elbow away from the ground as you lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Now, if you want to challenge yourself here, you straighten your bottom leg behind you. Good. You lift. Now, when you lift, you want to make sure long straight line. You don't want to be up in here. You make a long straight line. Last one. Long straight line and hold. Take that top arm. You side bend and feel how that lifts you up even higher. Now you're going to thread that left arm, that top arm through, and then back up. You rotate as you thread. Come back up. rotate and thread. Back up, last one. Rotate and thread, come back up, lower the hips down. Good, roll onto your back. Palms are gonna face the center, face each other, arms towards the ceiling. Draw your shoulder blades down. We're gonna look down the nose and roll up, roll up, roll up. And then you come over the knees, getting a stretch for your hamstrings. And then you stack your spine up tall. Roll off the sit bones, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. Good. Palms face each other. Reach the arms above you. Let your ribs lift. And then you're going to reach your arms towards the ceiling as you look down the nose and roll up. Roll up as you roll forward. Then you're going to stack your spine up. And let's turn and face the other direction. So your opposite leg is going to be working now. For me, my top leg is going to be my right. Good. And now you have that top foot in the strap. You're going to grab both ends of the strap if your shoulder feels comfortable enough with it. And you're going to bring that bottom leg to tabletop. You float the leg up and let's just kick forward and back. You kick forward and back. If you can, lie down flat so that you can hold both ends of the strap. If it's too much on your neck, you can definitely hold up here. It's just going to change the angle in your hip. Just know that. You can be up on that. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now pause with the leg in line with your body. Your elbow is bent, making a 90-degree angle. Straighten the arm in front of you. Bend it back in. Straighten the arm in front of you. Bend it back in. If it ever gets to be too heavy, you can either grab closer to the ears or just grab the bottom half of the strap with your bottom arm. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're going to keep that arm straight out in front of you and hold 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the arm up towards the ceiling. Good. Now bend that top leg into tabletop. Kick back in line with you. So it's a donkey kick. Bend up, kick down. Bend up, kick down. You want to try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Good. And you're pulling your shoulder blades down towards your sits bones. Up and back. Up and back. For 5 and back. 4 and back. 3. If you need to work your leg more, you can grab lower on the strap. It's also going to challenge your shoulder more. And then you're going to pause with that leg straight in line with your body. And let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your leg up into tabletop. Place it down. Let go of the strap. Get rid of that strap. Then you're going to bring your knees back in line with your body. You can straighten your legs if you want to, or just go up. We're going to be doing our side plank, so you can either stagger your feet or keep your bottom knee bent, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And let's go up into our side plank and then lower back down. So we're just lifting and lowering the hips, finding that whole time you're pressing down into the mat from underneath the armpit. Push that shoulder down and up. 3 more. 3 and down. 2 and down. Last one. Lift and hold. Reach the top arm towards the ceiling. Side bend, reaching above you. And now thread, keeping those ribs lifted. And then back up. Thread and up. Thread and up. 2 more. 1 and 2. And then with control, you lower your hips down. Roll onto your stomach, but before you do, grab your ring or ball. If you have the ball, you're going to be on your stomach and you're going to be placing it in between your heels. Your knees are going to be bent, and you're going to place it in between your heels. This is going to be a little bit more challenging if you have the ball. If you have the ring, you're just going to place the ring in between, just right above your ankles on your shins. So go ahead, everybody, and turn out. So you want your knees kind of outside of your hips gently. You're going to have a very movable ball. So this is going to work. The good thing about the ball is it works your internal and external rotators. With the ring, we're focusing more on the external rotators. So you can be up in this extension of the spine from up here, or you can lay your head down. But we're going to just squeeze the ring or ball 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze and hold. Now, if you're up on your forearms, make sure that you're pushing your pubic bone down and you're drawing your belly button up. This should be lifting your chest forward, and you're squeezing that ring and you're holding here for 5. Lulu, see if you can lift your heart forward a little bit more so that, yes, and still keep that belly button drawn up away without changing the shape of your spine. For 3, shoulders away from your ears, Cam, and bring your ears back in line with your shoulders. 2, 1, and straighten your legs as straight as you can without the ring resting on the ground. You're still squeezing. Now from here, everybody, you should feel your knees on the ground. Squeeze that ring. We're going to be lifting up into a knee plank from here. So really get the belly button drawing towards the spine. You lift up and you're now in a knee plank. Your hips are off the ground. Your knees are on the ground. Your forearms are on the ground. You're holding here for 5, 4, 3. Keep the ring or ball squeezing. Now, push your chest forward, and the pushing of the chest forward lowers the pelvis down. Now you're in extension. Let's squeeze that ring 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7. Bend your knees more, Lulu. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze and hold. Now push your hips up into that plank again while still squeezing that ring. Or ball squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let go of the ring or the ball and push yourself up onto an all fours position and push back into a child's pose. You can turn your head side to side. So that was working a lot near your sacrum and your SI joint while getting your thoracic extension. And then you're going to come to an all fours position again. Now from here, let's just round the spine up, extend the spine back. Round the spine up, extend the spine back. Round up, extend back. Last one, you round up, and then you extend down. And then from here, you're just going to lift your knees up. You're in this short plank. So your knees are floating. You're in this all fours position, but your knees are off the ground. And then from here, you just straighten your hips towards the ceiling. And this is a downward dog-esque pose. You don't want to pulse into the shoulders. We're not doing pulsing, we're just extension. And then lower back down to that all four plank. Knees are hovering off. Now, if you get lightheaded here, you're not going to lift and all the way up. You're just going to be going up and down gently. Everybody else, you lift the hips up, drop the heels down, getting a hamstring stretch for 3, 2, 1. Come back down to your hover plank. Hold for 3, 2, lower the knees down. And then let's just go ahead and we're going to travel back down onto the ground and on your back. So we're back on the back. And you can send your hips side to side, knees going side to side, getting a stretch for the low back. But we're going to be doing some longer core series here. So listen to your body and take a break when you need to and do the best that you can. This is about just pushing your body to your comfort zone. Take a break and join back in. What we're going to do is you bring your right leg to tabletop, then your left leg and flatten out your low back. Now, you're going to just separate your knees outside of your pelvis, outside of your hips. So you're making a V. Now, you can keep your knees bent. If you want to challenge yourself and it's going to challenge your hamstring flexibility, you can straighten your legs, and you can straighten them to only part way. Find the point that works for you. Hands are going to go in between the legs as you crunch up and down, crunch up and down, up, up. Now your pelvis is staying still for 5. Feel how both shoulder blades come off the mat. 3, 2. And on this one, you crunch up and hold. Now from here, we're going to do 10 pulses, pulsing up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. You can always bring your hands behind your head to support the neck. Bring your right hand to the inside of your left knee, left hand to the outside of left knee, and now you reach up. So now your left shoulder blade stays on the mat, your right shoulder blade comes further off. And you're reaching that shoulder blade around and underneath the armpit to try to find the hip. Good. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. You're going to hold this rotation and hold. Now, your left shoulder blade should be on the mat. Now try to pull it forward and up 10 times. Bring that left shoulder blade up, 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 up. So we're doing a pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower both shoulder blades on. You're keeping your ab curl. You can always bring the hands behind the head. Right hand to the outside of right knee, left hand to the inside, and bring your left shoulder blade off as you rotate over and down, over. So the shoulder blade comes off, the shoulder blade comes down, off and down. Just the left one for 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now it's about pulsing up. Bring that right shoulder blade forward and up, forward and up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the legs into tabletop, lower the feet down, rest, send those knees side to side. That is a fun, brutal little ab set that you can always do on your own if you're just feeling bored, you know, as we all do when we're bored. Let's work our core. Okay, straighten your legs straight out in front of you, flex your feet, reach the arms straight up towards the ceiling. So finding, again, that connection. Now, from here, you want to feel from your spine, underneath your ribs, between your hips, between your pelvis and your ribs, there's this space where there's no bones. That is actually where your core starts from the back, and it rounds forward and up into your belly button like a corset. So feel that wrapping of the core as you roll up, drawing everything down. And then you're going to sit up tall. We started with lunges, and we're going to finish with lunges. So you're going to come to a kneeling position. Now, if knees are bothering you here, you're not going to be doing your 90-90 lunge. So I'm going to show you, if your knees are bothering you, what we're going to be doing is you bring your hands onto your front knee and you straighten it back up. That's if your knee is bothering you. Otherwise, you're going to be straight up, and we're going to go straight up, straightening both legs. If your knee is bothering you, you bring your hand to your knee and you straighten just your back knee. So find what works for you. Bring your hand onto your knee, Kathy. Yep. And go straight up or hinge forward and back down. Good. Straight up. Great, Lulu. Keeping your knee over the ankle. Good, Cam. Good, Kathy. Now, that front knee stays over the ankle until you come to that full stand. If you're hinging forward, that front knee never comes off the ankle. Let's do 3 more ups and downs. 1, 2. And on this one, you're going to go all the way up and hold. Now bend that left knee, your front knee over the left ankle. Then hinge forward from the hips. We're in this hinge lunge again. Front knee is over the front ankle. Reach your hands in front of your knee. Now we're going to open the pelvis to the right. So you open your pelvis, open your ribs, and reach your arms. Don't do any extension. Good. Good. We're working balance. You're working your core. And now we're rotating the pelvis around the femur. And then rotate everything back to center. So this is a standing clamshell. Rotate, except for now it's the pelvis moving around the femur. And then rotate back to center. And then you're going to lower everything back down. Now, if that is hurting your knee or your hip or just the instability, you can do the same thing with both legs straight and just rotation, doing like a star pose. Okay, opposite knee is going to come forward now. Other foot comes forward, so good. And now from here, stand straight up, lower back down, stand up, lower down, stand up. Now squeeze those glutes as you're lifting and lowering so you get more support and feel the activation of the hip. Now on this one, we're going to go all the way up, bend the front knee forward, hinge forward, good. And now what you're going to do is put all that weight in that front leg. And now you're going to open the chest, open up, let the pelvis rotate. Good, and then rotate back to center. And then rotate, let the hips open. Rotate back to center. Last one, rotate. It should be challenging your balance. And then rotate back to center. And then let's lower the knee back down. Push back into your child's pose or any position that feels good for you for your body to relax for a second. And just do a body scan, making sure all this new movement, there's a lot of movement of the pelvis. Feels okay, just check in with the back and do whatever you need to do. Big inhale, breathing into any tight spots, then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then you're going to come up to the all fours position, tuck your toes, come up into your short plank so you hover your knees off, straighten your legs, hips go towards the ceiling, walk your hands back, drop the head, build the spine back up, one vertebra at a time. Then you're going to open your arms out to the side to make a T. Left arm is going to come overhead, right arm in the front, side bend. And just feel that whole lateral line. And then draw yourself back down, pull yourself up, opposite arm overhead, opposite arm in front, and side bend. Inhale here. Exhale, pull everything back down. Now you're going to open your arms back out to the side. Let your shoulder blades pinch towards each other. Lift your collarbones up. Then give yourself a hug. Go side to side, side to side. Open the arms back out to the side. Lift the collarbones up. Give yourself another hug. Switching with arms on top and go side to side again. To side. Side to side. Take a big inhale, arms go up towards the ceiling, and with a big sigh, go, toning your vagus nerve, shake it all out. Fantastic job, everybody. Happy Friday.